Scout automobile. Welcome to Start. Listen carefully because what you're about to experience is not just another car story. This is the rebirth of pure American muscle, the kind of muscle that shakes the ground, stops conversations, and makes your heart beat faster before the engine even starts. The 2026 Ford Mustang Boss 429 is not here to impress everyone. It's here to remind the world who the real boss is. The moment you see it, you already know this Mustang is different. It doesn't try to look aggressive. It is aggressive, wide, low, angry, and unapologetically loud even when it's standing still. Back in the golden era of muscle cars, the Boss 429 was never about numbers on paper. It was about domination, about presence, about fear and respect at the same time. Now imagine that raw DNA injected into modern engineering, modern technology, and modern attitude. That's exactly what Ford has done with the 2026 Boss 429. This car doesn't whisper history, it screams legacy. The hood alone tells a story, massive, muscular, and sculpted like it's hiding a monster underneath. Because it is. You don't need to open it to feel what's inside, but when you do, you realize this isn't nostalgia, this is evolution. The engine is the soul, and the soul of the 2026 Mustang Boss 429 is dark, angry, and powerful. A naturally aspirated V8 that feels like it was built by rebels, not accountants. Every throttle input feels mechanical, connected, alive. This is not about silent efficiency or soft comfort. This is about vibration through the steering wheel, sound waves hitting your chest and adrenaline flooding your veins. When the engine starts, it doesn't just turn on, it announces itself. The exhaust note is deep, raw, and thunderous, the kind of sound that echoes between buildings and turns heads blocks away. The acceleration is violent but controlled. Press the pedal and the Boss 429 lunges forward like a beast unleashed from chains. There's no delay, no hesitation, just instant response. The power delivery feels old school, aggressive yet surprisingly refined, proving that modern technology can enhance brutality without killing its soul. Every gear change feels purposeful. Every downshift sounds like a challenge to the road ahead. This Mustang doesn't ask for permission. It takes control. Now look at the design, because the design alone deserves its own moment. The front fascia is sharp and dominant, with a grille that looks like it's ready to inhale the road. The headlights are narrow and intense, giving the Boss 429 a stare that feels almost alive. The wide-body stance makes the car look planted, stable, and ready to attack corners. From the side, the muscular fenders and aggressive lines flow perfectly, creating a silhouette that's instantly recognizable as a Mustang. But also something more dangerous. The rear end is just as dramatic. Quad exhaust tips sit low and wide, reminding you that this car means business. The taillights glow with a modern twist on a classic design, blending heritage with innovation. Every angle of the 2026 Boss 429 feels intentional. There are no unnecessary lines, no fake vents, no cheap tricks. Everything is functional, everything has purpose. Step inside and the atmosphere changes instantly. This is not a luxury lounge, this is a cockpit. The seats hug you tightly, holding you in place like they know what's about to happen. The materials feel premium but tough, designed for performance rather than show. Alcantara leather, carbon fiber accents, all working together to create an environment that feels focused and serious. When you sit in the driver's seat, the car feels like it's wrapping around you, ready to respond to your every command. The steering wheel feels thick and confident in your hands. Every button, every switch is exactly where it needs to be. The digital display blends modern tech with a classic muscle car vibe, showing performance data, drive modes, and everything you need without overwhelming you. This is technology that supports the experience, not distracts from it. You're not here to scroll minutes. You're here to drive. And when you do drive, the Boss 429 shows its true character. On straight roads, it's brutally fast. On curves, it's surprisingly composed. The suspension is firm but not punishing, allowing you to feel the road without losing control. The chassis feels balanced, confident, and planted, giving you the courage to push harder, brake later, and accelerate earlier out of corners. This is a Mustang that finally feels as capable as it looks. The braking system deserves respect. Massive brakes provide strong, consistent stopping power even under aggressive driving. When you need to slow down, the Boss 429 listens instantly. There's no drama, no fade, just confidence. It's clear that Ford didn't just build this car for straight-line glory. They built it to be driven hard, driven fast, and driven with passion. One of the most impressive things about the 2026 Mustang Boss 429 is how it balances old-school muscle with modern control. You still get that raw, mechanical feeling, but now it's supported by advanced traction systems, performance modes, and driving aids that you can adjust or completely turn off if you want the full, untamed experience. This car respects skilled drivers. It doesn't babysit you, but it's there when you need it. The sound is something you can't ignore. At idle it rumbles with deep intent. Under acceleration it roars with authority. At high RPMs it screams like a machine pushed to its limits. This is not artificial sound pumped through speakers. This is real mechanical music created by pistons, valves, and exhaust gases working in perfect chaos. Every drive feels like a performance, every tunnel becomes a concert hall. What truly sets the Boss 429 apart is its attitude. This car doesn't chase trends. It doesn't try to be everything for everyone. It knows exactly what it is. It's for people who love driving, who love engines, who love feeling connected to a machine. In a world moving towards silence and automation, the Boss 429 proudly stands as a reminder of why cars became legends in the first place. On the road, people notice. Phones come out. Heads turn. Conversations stop. There's something about this Mustang that commands attention without trying too hard. It's confidence in metal form. Even people who aren't car enthusiasts can feel its presence. That's the power of true design and authentic performance. The 2026 Ford Mustang Boss 429 isn't just a car you drive, it's a car you experience. Every journey feels special, even a short drive feels like an event. You don't rush to get out of it. You sit there for a moment after turning it off, listening to the engine tick as it cools down, feeling the adrenaline slowly fade, already thinking about the next drive. This Mustang is also a statement. It says that muscle cars are not dead. It says that passion still matters. It says that driving should be emotional, loud, and exciting. Ford didn't build this car to please critics or chase awards. They built it for enthusiasts, for dreamers, for people who still believe that cars can have soul. The Boss 429 name carries weight, and the 2026 version carries it proudly. It doesn't rely on nostalgia alone. It earns respect through performance, design, and presence. It feels like a tribute to the past and a challenge to the future at the same time. A challenge to every other performance car on the road, saying, "Catch me if you can." Even at lower speeds, the Boss 429 feels alive. The steering is responsive, the throttle is sharp, and the car constantly reminds you of its potential. It's always ready, always alert. This is not a car that fades into the background of your life. It becomes part of it. Long drives feel engaging rather than tiring. The cabin, while performance-focused, still offers enough comfort to enjoy extended journeys. The sound insulation is tuned just right, letting the engine sing without overwhelming you. You feel connected, not exhausted. This balance is rare, and Ford nailed it. As the road stretches ahead, the 2026 Mustang Boss 429 feels like freedom. Freedom from boring commutes, freedom from silent motors, freedom from overcomplicated driving experiences. It brings back the joy of simply driving for the sake of driving. No destination needed, just open road and full tank. The legacy of the Boss 49 was never about mass production or mainstream appeal. It was about exclusivity, attitude, and dominance. The 2026 model stays true to that philosophy. It feels special, rare, and purposeful. You don't see it everywhere, and that's exactly how it should be. This Mustang doesn't beg for attention, it commands it. It doesn't follow rules, it sets them. Every detail, from the engine to the exhaust tips, feels like it was designed by people who genuinely love cars. And you can feel that love every time you drive it. In a future filled with electric silence and digital experiences, the 2026 Ford Mustang Boss 429 stands tall as a loud, proud, and emotional machine. It's not perfect, and that's what makes it perfect. It's raw, intense, and unforgettable. When you think of the Boss 429, you don't think of practicality or efficiency. You think of power, sound, and presence, and the 2026 version delivers all of that in a way that feels authentic and honest. This is not a car built to impress spreadsheets, it's built to impress hearts. As the sun sets and the road opens up, the Boss 429 feels at home. The headlights cut through the darkness, the engine growls with anticipation, and you realize that moments like this are why cars matter, why driving matters, why legends never truly die. The 2026 Ford Mustang Boss 429 is more than a comeback. It's a statement, a reminder, and a celebration of everything that makes muscle cars legendary. It doesn't apologize for being loud. It doesn't hide its power. It embraces it. And when you finally step out, lock the doors, and walk away, you can't help but look back. Because some cars don't just take you places, they leave a mark on you. The Boss 429 is one of those cars.